Hello everybody, welcome you all at Learning is Fun with Prajnaparamita. Today I am going to tell you a very serious topic of communication. What is that? This is how to reply a telephone call. Today I am going to tell you how you have to do while you receive a call and how to start your conversation with that person. If you know that person in some situation you didn't know, in this video lesson I am going to tell you the easiest and most useful tips to manage those calls. So stay with me till the end to know all these things very clearly. Generally, when we get a phone call, we can say, could I speak to or could I speak with? Because if we say, could I speak to, that means I'm talking in British English. But if we say, could I speak with that person, we just call somebody and we didn't know about that person and how could we react? We say, could I speak with Mr. Jones? Could I speak with that person? Could I speak to the general manager, etc.? So you can interact like these. Could I speak to or could I speak with? Now, the next part. So, in the next part, somebody may ask you, who are you? Who are you? You get a call from someone or you just called somebody and you just tell, could I speak to? And then you have to introduce yourself by saying, hello, this is, for me, hello, this is Pragya. So you can say, hello, this is your name. You have to mention your name. But don't say, I am. Hello, I am. We don't use hello, I am. Then you can say that, hello, this is, just mention your name and then you say that, could I speak to Jane? Hello, this is this. And if somebody called you, could I speak to Jane? You can, if you are Jane, you reply, speaking. Could I speak to Jane? Speaking. You just simply reply, if you are Jane, then you simply reply in this way, speaking. Or you can say, this is Jane speaking. This is Jane speaking. Imagine you are Jane and somebody asks you, could I speak to Jane? Your reply should be, this is Jane speaking. Or you can just very short, you can say speaking. Or you can also say that this is she. This is she. So you can reply with any of these phrases. And if you got a call from somebody and you didn't know the person, so how could you reply to that call? Now I am going to tell you. We can say that, who is that? Or in general American use or US use, you can say, who is this? Who is there? Who's there? So you can say, who is that? Who is this? Who is there? Or you can also say that, who am I speaking to? Who am I speaking with? So if you wish to know about the person who you called and you didn't, suppose you called in a call center or office anywhere and you didn't know that person. So you can ask him by saying, who is that? Who is there? Who am I speaking to? Or we can also say that, who is that speaking? Who is that speaking? So remember these phrases. Sometimes it often happens that you just wish to know about some phone number. You just want to speak to somebody else and you called in the wrong place, or you called in a office there, the person is not there, then you have to ask for his phone number or her phone number. So how can you approach? Now I'm going to tell you that thing. Could I have extension 2046? So you can say that, could I have extension 2046? Or you can say, what's the dialing code? Or what's the code? What's the code for? Or you can just ask, how can I, or how could I call the operator? How could I call the operator? So you can use this thing as well. Now, it is often happen that we called or ring someone and that person is not present there at that time. So, or you are receiving some call from someone else and that person in phone just call for another person who is not at that place at that moment. So how can you reply to that call? Now I am going to tell you. You can say, I'm afraid she is not in at the moment. I'm afraid she is not in at the moment. You can say that thing. Or you can say, could I take a message? Could I take a message? Could I leave a message? Could I leave a message? I will ring or call later again. I will call or ring later again. Could you ask her or him to call me back? Could you ask her, if that person told you that you can leave a message for that person, you can leave a message. Then you can say, could you tell her or him, could you tell her or him to call me back? You can simply say that, could you tell her, just you mention your name, that is, could you tell her Jane called? Could you tell her Jane called? Suppose someone asking for a person and that person was not present at that moment at that place, and you know that he or she may be somewhere else, and you can ask her to take that call. So how can you say that, just wait for a moment? So as if someone say, could I speak to this person? You can say, just a moment. Wait a moment, please. Just a moment. This is a very common phrase. You can say that to wait that person, or wait a moment, please. You can also say, or you can also reply in this manner. Or you can say, hold on a moment, please, because you need some time to call that person from that place. So you have to say these phrases, hold for a moment, please, just a moment, etc. Now, if you are the operating agent, So you are operating the calls, and what happened if you get a call from a customer and he or she may ask to connect someone else? You have to say like this: one moment please, I'm trying to connect you. One moment please, I'm going to connect you. Or sometimes it's often happen that the line is very busy, or they have dialed the wrong number. So how can you just reply? I'm afraid, you can say, I'm afraid the number or line is engaged or busy. So if you are an operator and you can't able to connect that line at that moment, simply say, I'm afraid the line or the number is engaged or busy at the moment. This is a very common and very useful phrase. Now, it's often a common situation that often we dial the wrong number. So, or you got a person who is dialing a wrong number to you. So how can you reply to that wrong number? So how can you say that? I think you have got the wrong number, or you can say that I am afraid you have got the wrong number. So if you got a wrong number, that is wrong dialed number, then you have reply in this manner. You can say that I think you have got the wrong number, or you can say I'm afraid. I'm afraid. This is a very common phrase. I'm afraid you have got the wrong number. So you can say I think, I'm afraid, because in my last video lesson I have told you how to reply very politely in different occasions. So you can say I'm afraid or I think, etc. Now it's often find that there is so much congestion in line and we didn't listen to the call properly. So what you have to say, now I am going to tell you. You can say, could you speak louder? Could you speak a bit louder? I didn't get you. Never say I didn't listen you. I didn't get you. Could you speak louder? Or you can say that it's a bad line or bad connection. It's a bad line or bad connection. Could you speak louder? Could I call you back? Could I call you back? I rang you earlier, but I couldn't get you through. I rang you earlier, but I couldn't get you through. So you can reply either with any of these phrases. Hope you like this video lesson. If you have any queries, do not forget to comment in the comment section. So no more today. Thank you for listening and bye bye.